Hey there, this is Laurie. I just wanted to, sorry, my phone's wiggling because I just kicked the stand. I'm just going to do a little exercise with you, especially for you that have already signed up for February's Promise Paint Away, where we're going to do a beautiful floral, just have fun with colors and flowers and depth and texture and all the fun things. So if you're contemplating, hey, what is this about? Should I do it or not? Whether you're local to me and you paint in my studio, I want to encourage you to give this a try because you will just have so much fun with it. It's different than what I teach in the studio for sure, but it's hopefully the goal is to loosen you up and help you not be so attentive to details and just have more fun and become looser with your brush and have fun mixing colors. If you don't have the colors I use your own paints. You can use craft paints. You can use whatever you have on hand. I will just tell you some craft paints don't mix together very well, so maybe if you just have lots of colors, that would be great. All right, so I'm just going to do a little drawing exercise of making plants, leaves, maybe some flowers and stuff, and it's going to be very scribbly and very loose. First, I want to show you this box of oil pastels. This is what I'm going to use. You don't have to use that. You can use markers, you can use pens. Yes, you can use pencils, just don't erase, just have fun with it. But look at this box, $1 on here. I don't know how, and here's a little sticker, and I can't even see where it says it's from, but this says 88 cents on this sticker. So these are very old. I'm going to show you something else in here. So this is my brother's name, Stan.T for Thomas. Apparently he claimed these as his own, which is funny because he was not really an artist. He did become an amazing doctor, trauma doctor. And so anyways, that's just funny. And here, okay, maybe, I don't know who wrote their name first. Here's my name on the other side, so who knows? But then even better is this is my oldest daughter's name, Ariana, on here. So later she claimed these as hers. So anyways, it's fun. I think her name's there as well. So who these belong to? They were probably my parents because both of my parents were artistic. It was probably my mom's. I don't know. But okay, so I'm going to just pick some color. I'm just going to do a green color, and we're just going to start with leaves. And I do have some plants in my studio that I bring in for the winter. And right now, this recording, it is February. We're having unusually warm weather outside right now. My surprise lilies are popping up through the ground. I see my daffodils coming up through the ground, and we still have 10 more days of February before we even hit March. And so every year it's like a surprise. It's like you get to the deepest, darkest, coldest parts of winter, color is gone, and you think winter's going to last forever. And then all of a sudden you see these pops of color coming out in different places. The birds have been singing. I even hear the frogs at nighttime, which is amazing. I know we're still going to have some cold weather. I'm sure the frogs will freeze up again, but to no avail, they'll be back out. And I love hearing here in a few weeks, I'm sure we'll hear the spring peepers. I don't know if you know what those are, but I mean, it's constant all night long. They just like peep. All right, so enough of what's going on outside. Let's start practicing. And so I am going to just thinking leaf shapes. Like I said, I'm scribbling. I didn't say that, but I am now. But I'm not worried about how this looks. I'm very loosely holding my oil pastel. You could do crayons. I love new crayons. I never liked crayons when they were dull on the ends, but a box of new crayons were my favorite, and I would hide them from my kids. I would have my own box of crayons. So anything, let's turn some of these different directions. Okay, so there's quick sketch. Now I'm going to pick another color, green. Let's do this lighter color, kind of a sage green. And I'm going to just make these. I don't even have to have stems. I am not going for perfection. that's a big thing, is to loosen up. Is we don't need to be perfect to create art that is beautiful. Perfection is very overrated and kind of ruins the whole experience, because nobody really can achieve perfection, and who gets to decide if something is perfect or not when it comes to art. All right, so let's do another green. This will probably show up a little bit more. We were on vacation last week, and every time I go on vacation, I think, oh, I should grab something to draw with. I have a little watercolor thing and a little sketchbook, and I did not bring it. And man, I wish I would have, because even just at the edge of the deck where we were staying we were in a tropical place, and it was just gorgeous. And it was like the layers of the leaves and the type of the leaves were real big, almost looked like a magnolia type plant. I mean, big round leaves. And it was just, I love looking at the curves of how they looked. And I was like, man, I wish I would have brought something. I think at one point my sister had found it in the cabinet. We went with my sister and her husband, was some colored pencils. I'm like, is there any paper in there? There was coloring books. And I was like, oh, I just want some plain paper. And then the thought was gone, and we were probably off busy doing something else. All right, so there's just layers of leaves. It looks like total scribble, doesn't it? It looks like a mess. But who cares? All right, so let's do just on top. I'm going to show you really quick. And I sent you, I've shown you a drawing here. There it is. I sent that to you. So I'm going to go off of that. And just because I don't have, these are flowers that were in my garden. I sat outside and did these, but I don't have those to look at. But I want to just kind of show you the angles. So if you're looking at a side of a flower, the petals in the back are definitely going to be shorter. And so they're bigger here. I think this is like a, I can't even think what flower. Man, my mind's blank on what flower this was. I can see it. It's really pretty. I love the colors. It was like pinks and oranges in it. We'll add some orange to this. But of course, in your world of art, you can create your own colors that you want. Put a little center thing coming up. Okay, so there was yellow. They weren't cosmos. My goodness, my flower memory right now. It's time. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready to know what these flowers are. So just a little bit bigger petals. Again, they don't, symmetry is not the goal if you're not looking at something straight on, right? So some of these petals are smaller because of the angle that you're looking at them. So again, just kind of let yourself go. That one's broken. Let's do, let me see if this light yellow will show up. It's kind of mixing in the green here. Again, I'm getting smaller on the farther side of this flower. I can't see that one very well, but I'm using a piece, if you're wondering what I'm on for this, I just have a piece of watercolor paper is what I'm using. So it's a little bit thicker than just standard paper, but it doesn't matter. I mean, if you're doing marker and something, marker, I would definitely say get something heavier duty, but for this, whatever it is. Okay, I'm gonna do some pinks. So have you thought about, if you're doing the February's Promise, have you thought about your favorite colors? My painting that I did for this was totally inspired by a guest bedroom that we have that I needed some artwork on the wall, and I had bought some curtains that look like drapes that are like tapestry type thing, and I love the colors in it, and that's what I want to kind of pull in that room. And so that's why I picked the colors that I picked. So if you have colors that you like, or somewhere you know that you want to put this painting or any painting, just do the colors you want. and have fun with it. So if you're not joining us, I'm still wanting to encourage you. Just paint, just add some. Very playful. No details. But you can definitely see the flowers in it. I will have blues in my painting too that I'm gonna do because, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I've already got my original. I got the one I want in the bedroom. I am gonna be doing, so as far as like canvas size, my canvas is I think a 12 by 24 that I did this on. Any size canvas. You guys can paint. You can use any size canvas you want. See, these leaves are a little more triangular. They don't have to be round. I mean, just, again, be playful. I don't usually sketch out something before I paint it, but sometimes we need to. Sometimes it's good to do that. And so let yourself, and what I do love about oil pastels is you can definitely layer them. You can pull those colors forward. I'm not doing all that for this, but let's go back and put, where's the green I did? I need different colors of green though. Pull some of these leaves back out that I did at the beginning. I'm sure I left you hanging with a lot of mid thoughts. That's what happens when I do art. It's like you think of stuff and then you're back to your little art piece and you already forgot what you were talking about. Or same thing with worries of life and stress and all the big heavy things. When you do a little art, it's like that stuff just pushes to the background. It gives your mind, your heart a break. That's why I think art is such a great therapy. I talk a lot about finding your oasis. It's like an oasis is like when you're in the desert, you're thirsty, you're hot, and you find this place of refreshment. So it's just something I want to encourage you to do. No matter what your medium choice is. Primarily, I teach acrylic. Most of you know that, but you can do anything. I love watercolor. I just love watercolor. To me is drawing and then coloring it in with paint. And I love doing it. I just don't do it very often because I'm so focused on my acrylic paintings since I teach. So I made some of those leaves kind of look like flowers now. So anyways, that's it for today. And hope to see you around. Please share your artwork. Whatever you're working on, it does not have to be acrylic painting, but just share. I want to get this group buzzing with lots of people that love art and just sharing your journey in art and what you love to do and that you're not perfect with it. And I want you to have fun. So I'll see you next time.